These are some of my favorite summer fragrances. Hi guys, I'm Tiago, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk to you about some of my favorite summer fragrances. I'm from Portugal. Here it gets really hot outside in the summer, although for the past 6 months and maybe the next 6 months I'm living in Belgium, so I don't need these as much, but right now I'm in Portugal and it's been really warm outside and I've been enjoying these quite a lot this week. And I wanted to talk to you about my favorite summer fragrances because, well, summer started and it's here finally. And I would like to start with the obvious. For me, this is my favorite summer fragrance, my favorite aquatic, my favorite salty fragrance. It's ocean in a bottle. It's Acqua di Sale Profumum Roma. This truly is ocean water made into a perfume. It truly represents to me the coastline, the breeze of the sea, the ocean water itself. It's just transportive, and as I'm from the south of Portugal, the beach is and the sea is very much part of me, let's say, and Acqua di Sale is just, it was visceral to me when I first tried it many years ago. This is, by the way, the 2021 Acquarello version. So each year they release a special edition version, which is really just a painted, redesigned version of the bottle. The smell is always the same, but this is the 2021. It's a fish with algae. This doesn't smell fishy to me in any way. It's really salty, briny, and in the first few minutes it's really intense and almost sulfuric, as many aquatic fragrances can be. It's very sharp in the beginning. So it opens up with this very sharp, astringent, salty, algae, seawater, realistic kind of vibe with a lot of myrtle. And the myrtle here gives it this almost minty, slightly medicinal and slightly floral vibe as well. And the base also has a bit of cedar, so it has a little bit of a woody backbone, but the main character of this scent is really a salty seawater with that minty, medicinal, floral nuance from the myrtle. And on skin, it's just magical. Like, this endures me through the whole day and it gets better and better as the hours go by. It's a simple scent, but it does develop a little bit. And as it gets warmer on the skin, it just smells like you just spent your whole day at the beach and your skin just gets smelling like this naturally. If you go to the beach and you went to the ocean a few times and your skin is warm after sunbathing for a while, you leave the beach almost smelling like this if you were wearing Acqua di Sale. And I wear this to the beach as well a few times because it fits and I wear it a lot when I'm here back home in Portugal. So Acqua di Sale Profumum Roma. Now this will be sort of an honorable mention, and it's right next to Acqua di Sale because they're in a similar vein, although they're not the same fragrance, of course. This is from the same people where I created my fragrance a month ago. This is from OPAR, and they just opened a store, a signature store, let's say, in Lisbon. Before they were just the lab. The OPAR, it's this lab atelier boutique in Lisbon, where you go to create your own fragrance by their guidance, of course, and they have a lot of fantastic materials. For my first time I was invited, I created my fragrance Alma, which is it's a tobacco, iris, incense, labdanum, violet, cedarwoody, gaiac wood, almonds, bitter almond and sweet almond. It's like anything I've ever smelled. and this is from them as well, but this is for their signature line, for their pre-made fragrances, and it is Maresia. And mine is a little bit different than what you will find on their signature boutique right now, because, well, first of all, mine says Marginal, which was their prototype name, let's say, and then they changed the name. Marginal is the name of a road that goes along the ocean side of Lisbon, so from Lisbon to Cascais. And yeah, Marginal just, well, now called Maresia, and they will come in a blue bottle if I'm not mistaken. It's just this lovely, musky, slightly floral, slightly minty, aromatic, aquatic, and it's not sharp in any way. It's not like Acqua di Sale, even though they go in the same genre, because they are salty, aquatic fragrances. This is musky, it's soft, it's so clean, it's just it's such a joy to wear, and this was gifted to me as well when I went there to do my own fragrance, and it's just been so lovely to wear this. Not sure about any notes in particular, because it was just launched. I got it before it was launched, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to wear this one. I'm not sure how available it is, so that's why it's like an honorable mention, quote unquote, but it's lovely. This one is a very well-known fragrance in the community. Not that the others are not, but this one is from a designer house, a very established designer house. It's Chanel Allure Édition Blanche. This to me is a super classy, timeless, spicy, woody lemon. I don't get much of the cream lemon meringue pie that people talk about, although that's perfectly fine if that's what they get mostly. But on my skin, and my skin usually pushes the gourmand, sweeter aspects of fragrances, but not this one. This one really on my skin is a spicy, woody lemon fragrance. And the lemon itself, to my nose, it's more of a Sicilian lemon, and it can have creamy nuances, actually, creamy, piney nuances. And here it is all that. It's a sweeter type of lemon, a bit creamy by itself. And also the woods used in here, so cedar wood and sandalwood, and the sandalwood also brings a sweet creaminess to it on this one, although on my skin is mostly a dry, spicy, woody lemon. And I just love it. I will always have a bottle of this. My bottle is like half full. It's not visible here because of the lighting, but yeah, I will need another bottle eventually, because I love to wear this, especially when it gets a bit warmer, but all year round. This is just, it's part of me at this point. Now, this was my first from a brand that I love very much. I bought this one back in Lisbon in Embassy Niche Perfumery, when they first launched the brand there, and it is from Francesca Bianchi, and it is Sex and the Sea. This is more for summer nights. This is a very dense, sweet, tropical fragrance in a way, but it's sultry, it's dense and carnal, and it's a huge amber fragrance with this skin-like nuance to it, slightly salty as well. I would say there's actual ambergris here. It might not actually have ambergris, but to my nose it does, because it has that buttery, balmy, slightly salty, slightly animalic vibe to it. It's just addicting to my nose. It was the first Francesca Bianchi that I bought. Right now I'm lucky to be sort of a partner with them. They send me a lot of bottles. I talked about them way before, as you can see from way older videos, but I'm lucky to be now partnered, quote unquote, with them. Doesn't change my opinions. Some of their fragrances I'm not a huge fan of, but most of them I am, truly am. And this one, like I said, was the first one that I bought myself. And it is one of the easiest ones to get along with if you're not familiar with the brand, because it opens up with a lot of tropical nuances. So a ripe pineapple, a juicy pineapple with coconut, and the coconut here is creamy. And then it develops into that balmy, ambery, dense, thick orris butter and ambergris. It's addictive again, but this is more for summer nights to me, but I love to wear it in the summer. Sex and the Sea by Francesca Bianchi. This one is also an old love of mine, and it is Nishane Wulong Cha. I remember when I first visited a niche store in Lisbon, and I tried this and I was like, wow, something can smell like this in a citrus realm, of course, and a citrus space of fragrances, because I was, used to smelling citruses from designer fragrances, which there are many great ones. But this one was just an eye-opener for me. The citruses are so vibrant and full of life here. There's bergamot, there's orange, then there's also a Lycea cubeba note that elongates these citruses from the opening into the dry down, into the far dry down. It's impressive. And Roja also uses this trick. It's here as well. So this is for me the best fresh citrus tea fragrance that I've smelled, that I know of, and to my taste, of course. I've tried a few more, but this is my favorite. And yeah, very vibrant citruses. There's a bit of florals as well. And the tea is very dry here. It's a very dry smelling tea, very clean. This is very clean and sharp the whole way through. It feels great in the heat, but this can be overwhelming. I remember when I first opened this one, after buying it, I was at my girlfriend's house and I was working, and I sprayed just 2 spritzes of this just to test it out through the day. And she was on another room. She was on the living room and I was on our bedroom. And she came to me and asked me, what the hell did I spray? Because it's filling the whole house. So for a citrus fragrance, that's insane. But I don't usually care about performance. If something performs way too much, I usually stray away from it. This one I love to wear in the heat. It's so refreshing, so clean, so happy. It's a happy fragrance. The citruses are so vibrant. There's a bit of rose. The tea is fantastic. There's a bit of fig as well, which I love. And it's a fresh fig. It's not very sweet. There's not much sweetness in here to my nose. And it's a lovely summer fragrance. Wulong Cha by Nishane. Now this one I also smelled in that first time I went to a niche store. And the brand actually ended up sending me a bottle a couple of years later. So it is Roja Oceania. And yeah, this was gifted to me by the brand, as I said. But I mean, I fell in love with it in store. I just wouldn't buy it because it's so damn expensive. But I'm glad I have it. I'm very lucky to have it. But it's so expensive. Well, it is a beautiful summer fragrance. Like it truly is beautiful. It's so clean, so refined to my nose. It is the highest quality of citruses. Again, it has that Lycea cubeba trick to elongate the citruses into the dry down. It has a bit of florals, it has a bit of rose, a bit of ylang ylang if I'm not mistaken, but it's so light and transparent. At the same time, it is incredibly enduring. It's, at least I feel it on my skin and around me way longer than I would expect, let's say. And it is sprightly, it is fizzy, it sparkles off my skin, which is something I really enjoy. It's just such a joy to wear. And there's a strange note to it. There's this almost chlorine effect in this fragrance. It's almost as if you put on a really good, refined, high-quality citrus fragrance with a bit of florals, and you went to the pool, and after you got out of the pool and just dried up a bit in the sun, you smell like this. So this is my impression of it. It's light and breezy and refined, and I love how it comes across. I love how it sparkles off my skin. It's just a beautiful fragrance. I will have to film the other half in Belgium because I have a few more there that I would like to share with you. So these are the ones that I have here in Portugal, and I hope you enjoyed so far. See you back in Belgium. So I am now back in Belgium, as you can see by the change of scenery, and just I look a bit different maybe, I don't know. So let's continue with our list. So this one has been a summer staple since it came out. It is Torino 21 from Xerjoff. And this is such an uplifting scent. The mint here is so fresh and vibrant and really energizing. It's very fresh and slightly sweet, never toothpastey, which is very much appreciated in a mint scent. And the citrus is up top, mainly a lemon, which is also slightly sweet, but mainly piney and tart and acidic. But it's fantastic. It's just so vibrant and happy, and the way the lemon combines with the mint and the other herbs. There's thyme, there's basil, there's lavender, rosemary. So it's a very freshly vibrant green scent up top, with this also very vibrant lemon. So it's a very dynamic scent. It's a very energizing scent, as I said. And I just feel great to wear it. This cuts through the heat like nothing else in my collection, really. It's a really happy scent to me. I just love wearing this one in the heat. And in the dry down, it actually dries into a bit of a tea-like scent on my skin for some reason. I think it might be the combination of the different herbs, the thyme, the lavender, and also the lemon verbena, which by itself, there are lemon verbena teas. So the lemon verbena with the musk and a little bit of jasmine as well. So there are tea-like infusion, tea-like ingredients in here. So it might be because of that I have that association. And it's just a relaxing yet calming and energizing at the same time. Love it. Love this scent and the heat. I know it's not for everyone, but I absolutely love it, and I cannot say this for all Xerjoff scents. But I do love this one and the heat. Now, a bit of a newer release, but one that I'm enjoying a lot, and my girlfriend is enjoying this one as well. Smelling it on me mostly because it's a bit too strong for her to wear, but for her taste, of course. And it is also from Francesca Bianchi, and it's the Mariner's Rhyme. And this is a very strange and unique aquatic fragrance because it opens up with a very sharp, almost sulfuric in a way. It's a really very sharp and almost medicinal grapefruit with a lot of aldehydes as well. So it's a very, very sparkly fragrance up top. Very sparkly and sharp and almost metallic as well. There is a little bit of an aromatic touch. I would say maybe sage or something like that. It's dry. It's very dry. It's very powdery as well. It develops a lot, this one. So it opens up. It's astringent, almost medicinal, a very sharp grapefruit and sparkly aldehydes. Develops into a more vegetal tone for some reason on my skin. Don't know if there's sage or not, but I smell kind of a sage note. And then comes the characteristic iris of the Francesca Bianchi house. She loves to use orris butter on her compositions, and I love orris butter. And this is a salty aquatic orris butter, which is very interesting to me. I've never smelled this kind of salty iris. I've smelled other scents that have a salty iris accord, like for example Atlanti from Sarah Baker, but that one is much more yuzu forward, and there's really a seaweed note. It's much more, it's a different scent. This is very buttery, powdery, yet salty and slightly musky as well. It never goes in the direction of, for example, Megamare or Acqua di Sale. None of that. It's very unique. For an aquatic, I was very surprised. This was almost like a palette cleanser at Essence this year, because I was smelling a lot of, you know, fruit bombs and a lot of fruity, sugary caramel fragrances. Those were the majority of the releases this year for some reason that were presented at Essence. And this was just like a very nice palette cleanser, because a sharp grapefruit with a powdery salty iris. I'm enjoying this one a lot. Now this one, I've talked about it a lot recently on my channel since I got it. I'm very happy to finally have it in my collection because it is my favorite rose, and it is Rose de Jamal from Les Indémodables. This is really just a freshly picked rose. This is so lovely. This is just a minty, freshly picked rose. The rose is very full and vibrant and almost watery in a way, but very full and red. Not a red rose, a pink rose. It's a Moroccan rose from Jamal, the rose provider, the rose producer. So this is like a tribute to Jamal. So thank you, Jamal, for your wonderful rose oils. And this is a freshly picked, realistic rose with a lot of mint and lavender up top. There's also this softly spicy touch of pink pepper, which also by itself does have this soft, rosy aspect about it. And the base is this, it's not soft, it actually has a bit of punch to it. It's a base of cedar wood, and the cedar wood does endure. It lasts, at least to me, I notice it the whole day. It's a very sharp and clean smelling cedar wood, and the cedar wood sometimes can have like pine-like, citrus-like nuances to it. So to me this is a very fresh experience, and this is why I love to wear it in the heat. I have to warn you though, because this has happened to me. If you wear this with white clothes, please don't spray your clothes. I have stained my white shirts and white t-shirts. They become yellow because of this, because again, this uses high doses of naturals, and rose, for example, does stain like hell. So be careful spraying this in whiter clothes because it will stain, okay? So be careful. But Rose de Jamal is just my favorite rose at the moment. I love it. Next one is more of a dumb reach to me. I wear it the whole year round. I wear it for anything and everything. It's hyped death right now, but I wear it so often that I could not mention it. So it is Imagination from Louis Vuitton. And this is not an exciting fragrance. This is nothing groundbreaking. This is nothing artistic. Far from it. But this is such a pleasant, easy to wear fragrance. It's a no-brainer, really. There's nothing, again, groundbreaking or super exciting about it. Nothing at all. Is it worth, I don't know how much they ask for it nowadays. I know I paid 260 and it's not worth 260. I know they raised the prices even more since then. I bought this a year ago, a bit more, like a year and 2 months ago. So let's talk about the scent. It's very simple, very straightforward. So it opens up with a citron. So citron is one of those base fruits, one of those base citruses that's originated many of the others. So it is a very thick-skinned citrus. It's mostly rind, not much pulp going on there. But it does provide this very realistic, lemony, slightly piney and slightly creamy sometimes aroma to it. It's a rindy, zesty scent. So it's very uplifting and energizing as well. And along with it, there's this ginger in the opening, which is at the same time cold and warming. Ginger is one of those. It's also very energizing to me and sparkly. And this is a very sparkly fragrance up top. There are some soft, spicy nuances. They list cinnamon. I don't get cinnamon at all on my skin. And there is neroli though. So this has some soapy aspects to it. It's very clean the whole way through. It's such a clean fragrance. I feel like I took an instant shower whenever I spray this. It's super clean and feels clean the whole way through. So it's citruses, soft spices, ginger, neroli, a lot of neroli, and there's this moderate, on-point dose of ambroxan, and I think Jacques Cavalier does a great job with ambroxan. He knows how to work ambroxan, because there are some ambroxan bombs in the market that I'm not a fan of. And in here, I think, in my personal opinion, it is a tasteful dose of ambroxan. It's not obnoxious. It's not metallic. And then along with the ambroxan, there's the acclaimed tea note, which is, you know, it does make the fragrance softer and does give it slightly tannic, woody nuances. It's a black tea note. So you know how black tea can taste slightly woody, slightly floral at times. It's not as aromatic and floral and bergamoty as the Earl Grey, but it is woody and tannic and slightly floral and aromatic. But yeah, it brings a softness, a relaxing aura to the fragrance. This is very relaxing to me. So yeah, these were my next, the fragrances I had here in Belgium that I didn't mention that were in Portugal. There was another one that I had here in Belgium, but I brought to Portugal and I forgot to include it, very shamefully, because it is one that I've been enjoying a lot since I've received it. It was also sent to me by the brand. It is from Atelier Materi, and I've talked about it on the channel as well when I did my Atelier Materi overview. So you can check that video out if you want to, of course. And it is Cèdre Figalia. And Cèdre Figalia is this very fresh and happy and green and watery fig fragrance. So it opens up with a lot of greenery and slightly citrusy as well. A bit of bergamot sparkle in the opening, along with a lot of greenery. So there's basil, there's a bit of thyme and fig leaf. So it feels very, very invigorating in the opening, and the fig is not like a juicy fig or a creamy fig. It's really a green, watery, very translucent and very elegant fragrance. I have described it before. So in the base there's this very clean cedar wood touch, very well put together and elegant. It feels very elegant to me and very effortless. I can wear that fragrance whenever. It's really a lovely experience. For those of you who like fig, I love fig in fragrances, and I love to eat figs. Fig is very much part of my culture, as I am from the south of Portugal, so there are a lot of figs, and I've grown up smelling figs and eating figs, so it's a special and emotional scent to me, and I'm glad I received it, because you know my favorite fig scent is actually Philosikos from Diptyque, and Cèdre Figalia doesn't go in the space of Philosikos. For you to have an idea, it can be like a hybrid between, let's say, Philosikos, Acqua di Parma, Fico di Amalfi, and something like Ichnusa from Profumum Roma, because it's very green and watery. So yeah, there you go. These were my favorite summer fragrances. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and for coming here and talking to me in the comments. I love to see your faces in the comments. I love communicating with you. Let's talk about fragrances. Let's keep the chat going, and let me know which ones are your favorites for the summer, and if you enjoy any of these, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, thank you.